2, 3, 4.
How do you survive the dark days, or what most people just call hard times? Assuming we're talking about a business context, for me, there's only been one answer in my life, and that answer is passion. Now, first, to find your passion, it is not a lightning bolt that's handed down to you from on high. It's not something that most people are born with. Those are all myths. But what happens is, where you have an area of intersecting interests, as you gain mastery, you begin to develop a passion. And that's why people don't normally start out passionate about something. It's something that they liked in the beginning, and the more they got into, the more they got good at it, the more they realized, whoa, I really like this. And then all of a sudden they got really good, and it was a passion. Now, to me, when you mix passion with goals, that's when things really get interesting. When you're trying to do something in business and you've got this end goal that you want to get to, and it lines up perfectly with something that you're passionate about, you're now able to tap into this primal reserve that humans have that honestly, I don't fully understand. And I bet if you crack open somebody's brain, you would be very hard pressed to identify the area of the brain that's actually the part that houses passion. It's probably there, but I'd be very surprised if it was one localized area. I'm guessing it's an amalgamation of a bunch of different things, but it is so interesting because it makes people more resourceful. It gives them more energy. They have the drive to see something through when it gets hard. The hard times, when shit gets really difficult, the only people who I know are gonna make it to the other side are the ones that are absolutely obsessed with getting to the other side, and it's something that no one can give you. And that's the thing that drives me crazy in business. You see amazing people, and they do nothing with their life. And the reason they do nothing with their life is they don't have a passion. They don't have something that they're so obsessed about that they are going to get to the other side. They are going to blast through any obstacle that comes in their way. They will fucking grab their teammates and drag them across the finish line if that's what it takes. But there is an obsession, and it's in their belly, and it burns, and they've got to see it through. They can't sleep sometimes because they're so amped up about making it happen for whatever reason. They've fallen in love so much with something, some goal, some skill, something that they're trying to learn about, accomplish. They just keep going. And when someone's identity is wrapped up in something they're trying to accomplish, and they're obsessed about it, and they're passionate about it, I know that person will keep going. And that's like the holy grail. For anybody who's an employer, that's the holy grail. You want somebody who, for their own reasons, they're wildly passionate because it gives you energy, a reserve of creativity. And because you're having fun, you'll just keep at it longer. And sometimes the only thing that'll knock down an obstacle is blunt force intellectual trauma. You just beat your intellect against it. Approach it from 1,000 different angles, try 1,000 different things. Fail 1,000 times, but you keep going until it breaks. And when it's a passion, when it's something that you love, that very process becomes enjoyable. It becomes a self-reinforcing loop of energy. The more you try, the more you can feel that you're getting closer, the more attempts discarded. They really feel like steps forward, even though they were failures to somebody else. To you, it was a discarded attempt. It was another step forward. It was one more light bulb that didn't work. It took Edison 10,000 light bulbs to get one that worked, but he didn't stop. Why? Because he was obsessed. He had a passion. He knew if he could stick it out, he could change the world. And he did. But he had that belief, he had that obsession. There was something in him that wouldn't let it go. And so he assembled this team of amazing people, and they just ground it out, and they just threw intellectual capital at it. But they had the passion born of the expertise of all the things that they had learned that they were trying to stack on each other to create the light bulb. And when you find something in your life that you would fail at 10,000 times before finding that success because you want to change the world, then you will have a very easy time fighting through the hard times. But you gotta find that thing. You gotta be willing to fight for it. You gotta fall in love. It's the only way.